Hello and welcome to another update on DOT. I'm starting here on the daily time frame for DOT because I think it's important to understand that this still hasn't turned suddenly overnight into a bullish chart. This is still a chart that, while there is a potential for another rally, the overall chart is not high quality. The initial rally into the 2021 high was a three-wave move up. I know people don't want to hear it, but it's just not a bullish chart because of that. That doesn't mean that it couldn't turn bullish. It certainly could, but it has a lot to prove. And, we have a five-wave move down as well. That's not a great combination from a bullish point of view. So the only, let's say, really viable bullish option I can see from here is a corrective rally. And there are two possibilities for a corrective rally, really. So one is the white scenario in which a wave one, so like a five-wave move, bottomed in October 23. And then we're now in this wave two. So in the wave two is an ABC structure. A wave, that's a B wave, flat correction, all of that, that three-wave move. And we could now start the C wave to the upside. But I don't see any evidence for that. So the white scenario, I think, is less likely than yellow, and yellow is less bullish. So why is white less likely? Well, because the move up from the April low was only a three-wave move. And that means the white count is possible, but is limited to a diagonal pattern. And that's just, I wouldn't rely on it, relying on a C wave in a corrective rally as a diagonal, So white count not really preferred. Yellow count I think is more likely, which means that this wave two actually already topped in December, and we have wave one down and then an ABC up, and this is the resistance area we've been talking about since April, since the price formed the low there. The market reached it recently, and obviously we got rejected. That shouldn't be a surprise, given that this is a resistance area. We've now fallen back into our support area. Also here, we've been talking about that one for the last 3 weeks, but we have no evidence for a low yet. So what I'd actually like to see is at some point here in the very near future, over the coming sessions, a low in this B wave to form, and then potentially to start this C wave to the upside. That's in the yellow scenario, and we might reach the area around $7.15, maybe even $8.80 if things go really well. So this is the larger time frame. Let's also take a look at the smaller time frame. Here you can see in more detail this pullback currently. A few days ago, or yesterday only, we were talking about this corrective rally into resistance, that we could get a rejection, got the rejection. Market has started that fifth wave to the downside, and we have a very complete looking wave C to the downside. We have an ABC structure to the downside, and that C wave down is actually a five-wave pattern. So it's a completed wave count. We've reached 161.8 extension level. It's ready for a reversal, or at least the chart is prepared. But just because the wave count to the downside in this correction is complete doesn't mean that a reversal has to happen. We now can watch the chart, but we have to see how this now plays out, maybe over the next 12 hours, 16 hours, to see if the bulls turn up and turn this ship around, So what we need to see is a reaction to the upside, and I'd say minimally a break above that last swing high here at $4.08 or $4.10, followed by a break above that $4.23 level. That would be the previous swing high here. That needs to be broken to really unlock a rally in wave one to the upside. And that could then eventually take us higher in this yellow count, again, into the $7 or $8 range. That's the update on DOT. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional updates. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.